season, or any one thing you can put your finger on stands out?
Just being more consistent in techniques and things like that, learning from our mistakes. It's like we're just maturing before you guys' eyes and the coach's eyes, basically, and seeing that we can do it and we can become more dominant, and that's what we're trying to be, more dominant as a front four to help out the team any way we can.
How much confidence was built just to the fact that you guys started getting sacks, started building some momentum, and realized maybe we can do this essentially?
A lot. We just like I said, going back to the drawing board every weekend and every Sunday, coming in there for film and looking at our mistakes and correcting them and working on our pass rushers during the week. Definitely big credit to Coach Brooks, who's been harping on us about rush lanes and moves and things like that, and it's just starting to come together now, and I think we can be a real dominant defense now and in the future as well. So.
Has this just been a steady progression, or is there a turning point where something, a singular moment that really got this turned around?
Probably a steady progression. There was the beginning of the season, I stated in an interview that it probably won't look as good at the beginning of the year as it will at the end, and it's starting to come full circle, and we're starting to stop the run a little bit more, hold them to 17 points or less. That's our goal on defense for a good game. So that's our objective. We're playing to a standard, not an opponent. We're trying to go out there and compete against our last week's performance, try to be better than last week. So that's just the success to our formula.
How has that changed, playing to the standard, not the opponent? How's that changed over the last few years since you've been here? Does that really happen?
Well, for a good example, maybe last year when we were probably a better team than Wake Forest, but they took us down to the wire, and Wofford and going up to NC State last year and them just throwing us around like a rag doll, basically, because I guess we didn't prepare as much as we should have that game. So it's just preparing for a standard now. We know we got NC State, which is more than a capable team of beating us. They beat Florida State. Florida State beat us, so they definitely can beat us, and watching them on film, their offensive line probably poses the best. Probably going to be the best offensive line we play against so far. So just a big threat to us.
What makes their offensive line good?
Just big athletic guys. I was watching a little bit of them today, and they can really move, and the way they slide and protect Lennon back there, it's going to be difficult to get back there to them. But we just got to trust our technique and keep bringing it.
With your defensive line, how much does it help you guys are able to rotate so many guys in and out, like you and Deshaun and Vic and so many of those young guys that are in and out?
Exactly. We just never really get tired because we got a fresh body coming in right behind us, so we can go. After the game, I'm tired, but I can still go. A couple more quarters if need be, which is good. It just shows that Coach Brooks' coaching is paying off for all the young guys and us older guys as well. So basically, credit just goes to Coach Brooks and getting us ready and prepared, that there's no drop off with the next guys in line.
Kind of remarkable to see Vic in the top 10 in the league in sacks when he plays as much as he does.
Yeah, but I already knew that's how Vic was going to be. Just watching him in preseason and in fall camp, I just knew he was just a freak athlete. If you just look at him, I mean, he might not be the biggest of guys, but he's probably the top 5 strongest guys on the team. So, and the quickest. So, I knew his ability, and I knew he's going to produce a lot of sacks when he gets in there. So it's just like a competition. I hope I can get to him before Vic does, basically. Because if we don't, Vic's going to get him all.
What are some freak things you've seen him do in practice or elsewhere?
The weight room. I mean, he squats the most in the weight room of any player on the team. Like Coach Batson has to limit how much he puts on there, because he'll just keep stacking plates on there. And we don't want to get him hurt, but he'll just do reps all day of like 500 pounds. 15 reps of that. So just a freak of nature, bro.
He's pretty fast too.
Yeah, and his athleticism, his quickness. I guess it was from him playing basketball back in the day. I think there's a YouTube video, if you guys go look, of him breaking the backboard in high school on those rims that aren't supposed to be broken. Those backboards.
What's the most you see him squat?
Probably close to 600 pounds. Yeah, for a couple reps. We don't really do like 1 rep max because he doesn't want to put that much weight on our back. But if we could, it'd be up there. Definitely.
Is NC State the most conventional offense y'all faced in a while? Several weeks?
Yeah, definitely with Maryland last week. I don't know how many times they passed the ball, but I don't think it was a lot. So just that adjustment of Maryland running the ball almost the whole game to, maybe NC State gonna be passing the ball the whole game. So we just got to get in the film room and watch their tendencies and formations and get what they're gonna, give us. You know what I mean? So it's like we got to be prepared for Glenn, and I think he's probably an NFL caliber quarterback. He can make all the throws, and everybody thinks he won't run, but he's 6'6", so if he decides to run, he's going to cover a lot of ground very fast, whether it's fast or not. So we got to, stay on.
Obviously, ACC title's out of your hands now, and you can't control that. But what's the mindset of this team going forward? I mean, there's been a lot of talk. I think there were several outlets that project you guys in the Sugar Bowl and had BCS game if you take care of business.
Oh yeah, but we got to take care of business. First and foremost, we got NC State. This is the biggest game of the year. It's each game, and if we lose to NC State, well, all that's going away. We're out of the BCS, so we know we have to, control what we can control and come out and play to a standard of our best, and hopefully that'll be enough to beat them, which I think it will.
Steele talked a lot about playing to a standard with you as here. What's different about this season?
I don't think there's anything really that much different between the two coordinators and their philosophies. It's just we're actually getting it done. We learned from our mistakes last year. Obviously, we had mistakes last year. At the end of the season, we went 1-2 with the last 3 games, and we're just learning from them not to get too high on our highs and not too low on our lows, and come out there and compete every game to compete against the team and compete against ourselves, basically, in our standard. We're still trying to pitch a shutout. That's one of our goals of ours, and Coach Sweeney said he'll give us a banner for every shutout we have. So that's still a goal of ours, and we're trying to achieve it by the end of this year.
Where's he going to place those banners?
The defensive meeting rooms.
Okay.
Anything else?
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.